Friends, Doc South here. Christmas Eve morning. Yeah. And well, I've got to head off to the supermarket soon. In fact, in just a few minutes, I've got to be on my merry old way. The and of course Christmas tomorrow. Well, it's I'm not going to have a whole lot of presents under the tree that I can give. We just don't really have the money to run out and buy all these presents. But I thought what might be fun is to do stories about different people, friends and relatives on my well, who would normally be on a gift list. They'd get a scarf or a shoe or something. Whatever. And I thought this might be kind of fun to do. So first one up, well, it'd be my wife Sandy. Yeah, Sandy, of course, a great pal. Besides being a wonderful wife, she's I honestly can't think of a more decent person than her. She's good girl. I'm pretty lucky. I mean, look at me. Right, nothing to see here, folks. And I well, the one compliment among many that stands out to me is how much she loves dogs. She is she's a dog person, and that's all there is to it. And dogs know it. That's the cool thing. Millie, I know when we got Millie, the Basset Hound, their first meeting, honestly, it looked like something out of a lipstick commercial. You know how you have the guy running in slow motion and the girl and her hair's waving up in the air and they meet in the middle and smooch. Well, Millie came out of, we were at someone's house. It was a very crowded house, much like ours, a lot of people in it. And they were very good to Millie, but they were moving to other quarters and just frankly wouldn't have had room for her. So they put her up for adoption. Well, Millie saw Sandy and just started running for her with those ears flopping. Sandy went running and they met in the middle of the living room floor and they just hugged each other. I mean, I know how does a dog hug? Go figure, but they were just hugging and it was amazing. And I knew, well, that dog's coming home with us. And indeed it was for the 6 or 7 years that we had Millie living with us till she passed away, sadly last summer. Well, it was pretty it was good times, and they were the best of buds, is all I can say. Roxy, our Basset Hound before Millie, same thing, and probably sometime in the early spring, late winter, we'll probably get another hound, I'm sure. But the I'm trying to think now. Let's see. There was a time before I don't. I'm not sure if we had Roxy with us or not at that point, but we used to clean out houses for people. Actually, Sandy still does if someone needs to get a place cleaned out. But they this was a house not too far from here, and the guy, I remember when he hired us, when he said, and he told us, look, he said, I got a dog in there. That dog's vicious. You I'm just telling you now. I'm going away. You just keep your eye on that dog. If at all possible, maybe you can get it in a room and it'll stay away. But that dog will bite you in a heartbeat. And I said, well, what kind of dog is it? So it's a mixture of pit bull and I don't know. There's some other kind of German Shepherd. I don't know. You name any good fighting dog, and that dog had some of that in him, and uh, rough dog from what I heard. And well, one day we had to go. We had scheduled to go clean out some more of that house. We had the dumpster on the in the driveway and all that, and we had to get busy. And we go to the house, and wouldn't you know it, the guy's gone. He, if I recall right, he drank quite a bit, and he was probably off somewhere having a few. And we had the key to the place, and I said, "Well, let me get the key." And Sandy says, "Now, don't forget that dog." I said, "No, no." And I put the key in the nozzle, and I hear, not in the nozzle, in the lock, and go to turn it, and I hear on the other end, So, whoa, I look, and that dog's just waiting for me, and it's got eye contact with me. The deal was, I'm sure, not much was said, but the deal was, you put your foot in here, pal. I'm taking it off. Yeah, goodbye to you. And I said, oh my God, Sandy, look, it's in there, that dog. Oh my gosh, always looks mean. She says, yeah, he does. She says, I tell you what, she says, just back off. Let's go down to the supermarket. There was a supermarket nearby, a small one. And we went in and Sandy found, I don't know, some kind of stew beef or something, all chopped up. And she says, okay. He says, let's go back. And I said, what, we're going in? She says, yeah. She says, we're going to look like that stew beef when that dog's done with us. Oh my God. She says, no, 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 no. She says, now, I tell you what, she says, you knock on the front door. I'm going around back. I got the key. Now, if you hear me screaming, okay, come in. But other than that, just wait. And so the dog's growling at me at the front door. Sandy's sneaking around to the back. And all of a sudden, you could hear the dog stopped his barking, and he's got his ear cocked to one side, and he hears the back doors going, that it's opening. And he goes running off, just as fast as he can, barking at the top of his lungs. I said, oh my God, Sandy's through. But she said, don't come in. And but I'm thinking, geez, maybe I better. And then all of a sudden, the barking stopped. The barking stopped, and I thought, oh boy, he's got her by the jugular vein. Oh my God, oh my poor wife. And it's quiet. Yeah, it's quiet. I can hear all of a sudden. Well, I don't hear anything. It's just quiet. And all of a sudden, just coming down the hallway, I could see inside the house from the front door. Here comes Sandy walking pretty as you please. The dog right behind her wagging his tail. And she opens the door and she says, now come in easy. And here she says, have this little hunk of meat and give him the meat. Just watch your fingers. He snaps a little. And I gave the dog the meat, but he didn't bite me. No, I figured he'd get the cube of beef and maybe my pinky. And he's wagging his tail. He's wagging his tail. She told him, sit. He sits. She gives him another little cube of beef. Says, now lay down. Next thing you know, her and that dog are the best buddies. It wasn't sure of me. Yeah, it wasn't sure of me, but it followed the rest of the time we were cleaning out that house. Whenever we came, that dog would follow Sandy around back and forth anywhere she went, and he'd just sit right at her feet as she was doing the cleaning work. He was just the nicest dog to her. And actually, after a while, he'd let me pet him too. You get a paw and that kind of thing. Turned out he must have been mistreated. And Sandy said, whatever you do, don't swat that dog. It'll be the last thing you do. I said, yeah. I couldn't believe it. She's that good with animals. I often think she missed her calling. She probably should have been a dog trainer or something. She could be out on stage making the dogs jump through, asking them to, not making them, but asking them to jump through hoops and walk tight ropes and stuff, trapezes and things. I think she could have. I think she could have done that quite well. Very, very good at it. Certainly rehab for dogs. Any dogs that were vicious, I think she could get them back to normal. I honestly think she could. She's good at that kind of thing. Okay? And I know her and Roxy, her and Millie are the two Basset hounds we once had. Couldn't have had a better friend than Sandy. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, I thought I'd say, so Sandy, for you, Merry Christmas. And I guess in about 2 months or so, we'll be doing videos about the new hound in the house. Okay? Yeah, we'll see you. Merry Christmas and ta-ta, friends. Bye now.